Why can't I lay down and go to sleep even after dropping a video around 9 o'clock? My body won't let me rest until I drop a video for Tony Talks Vestas Insight tonight at 9. And of course, you're going to get this video roughly about 1 or 2 o'clock in the a.m. because the algorithm doesn't like it when I drop too many videos back to back. So I'm going to go ahead and do this video for my VIPs. You know who you are. My new subscribers, if you don't know what this is, and my future subscribers. So just let me go and tell you what this Tony Talk Investors Insight tonight is 9 is. Around this time, I just like to put a beat on in the background and just talk over it. Talk about NFL, shedeursanders saga, and anything else that comes to my mind unscripted. So now that you got the introduction, let me go ahead and make this happen. So why am I hearing on the streets, especially from Emmanuel Acho, that shedeursanders has to be great this weekend against the Raiders? That shedeursanders needs to be, above all things, elite in his very first game in order to be deemed special. Well, Acho, let me ask you something. Do you know that Peyton Manning was deemed special, or is still deemed special, but in his first rookie year, not game, first game, rookie year, he had over 30-something interceptions? Now, would you deem him not being special? And what about the great, quote-unquote, Tom Brady? Now, we already know that Tom Brady, he didn't come out the gates being special, but he is deemed the greatest quarterback that ever played the game. Now, don't put this pressure on shedeursanders, even when we all know that his challenges have been exposed, his path has not been laid upon him, and he has not been given all of the other opportunities as all the other quarterbacks in this league during this draft. But one thing about it, he is still shedeursanders. He's still gonna get out on that field on Sunday, and he's still gonna make Cleveland clamor in the right way. He's gonna make Las Vegas City stand still, and he's gonna make everyone else around the world watching that game just admire and clap and say he did it or he almost did it. Come on now, Acho, let's be fair. But we already know your hand, and it's not stable. One day you over here, one day over there. I swear you and Mary Kay Cabot must eat from the same dinner table. And that must be with the scraps. And that must be the scraps that the Cleveland Browns throw your way. But I'm going to keep pushing. But Acho, do better. Do better. Yes, we would love for Shedeur to come out and get over 250, 300 yards on the Raiders. Both teams are 2-8. So can it happen? Yes. But I do know shedeursanders are going to push that ball down that field, have 2 to 3 touchdowns, and we're going to get that win despite Vegas saying that the Raiders is in favor with a spread of 3.5. The odds is against Cleveland, but I think it's one factor that they didn't factor in, or maybe it's another factor they factored in. They probably didn't factor in shedeursanders being QB1, and maybe they did. Or Vegas factored in that Tom Brady is a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, the mentor of shedeursanders, and may already provided them some input of his weaknesses, and maybe they don't consider that as contributing factors on why they have the Raiders to win. But whatever the case may be, it will be. Shedeur still will be victorious. Now, one thing Acho did say that I did agree with, it's 2 ways for Shedeur to be successful, even with a win or individual wins. So even if the Cleveland Browns loses this game, which I really don't see, despite what Vegas says, because once you know about Vegas, they will start swinging that pendulum, depending on what's going on. Because the Cleveland Browns may be the underdog in the first quarter, but by the fourth quarter, they have brought that town down to its knees. Okay? All right. So, Archo, just lay off. So let's go back to this robbery of SHEDEUR's prior sanctuary, because from what I heard, SHEDEUR has moved. That's the right mindset, SHEDEUR. But a second video came out about the robbery where these three young quote unquote gentlemen are outside, very nonchalant, just walking around, have no care in the world. They could have pulled their face mask up and still would have been just that chill about the whole entire situation. They go up to the door, kick the door, the alarm system goes off. Now, who gave them the code to turn off the alarm? You heard me right. When the door got kicked in, there was an alarm in the background. I definitely heard the security alarm going off. But they had to deactivate it because they was in the house, we know for sure, at least 10 minutes. This is definitely an inside job. So, SHEDEUR, apologies, young man, because I did think that you didn't have your alarm turned on, and you probably got caught slipping, like you said in the press conference. But that was not the case. But you still got robbed by someone who knew someone, or someone that knew someone that knows someone that knows someone that sent them. So still watch your circle. Start doing some cleaning. And before I let you go, there's one thing I always want to know. Why do they call Cleveland haunted? Or I'm sorry, Cleveland has a curse. Because it seems like they just can't get right. Cleveland has been in a 52-year drought in terms of professional sport championships. We talking about the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, and everything else in between. Now, some consider that the curse was lifted by the Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron James won in 2016 the NFL Finals. Now, if that was the case, and if Cleveland did have this curse lifted, they definitely reintroduced that curse. And LeBron went to Miami Heat, and they burned his jersey. That's how Cleveland do their greats. But Cleveland, I'm warning you, you better not do SHEDEUR like that, because he's coming with some spiritual power. And if you don't believe me, just continue to watch. Because if you don't believe in God moving his hand in unseen ways, look at all the hurdles and challenges that Kevin Stefanski had put out there for SHEDEUR. And in week 11, which is a master number, SHEDEUR started that game, even though his house was broken into. And this week, he's going to start in week 12, the same number that he wears, 12. And if you do 12 times 12 in terms of multiplication, it gives you that 144, which was that divine number where he was drafted. So Cleveland Browns, just sit back and watch. Do right by the young man. And SHEDEUR, let me just tell you at halftime, make sure you claim Cleveland, the city, and the state of Ohio for all the financial growth and revenue that you've given them. Claim them as a dependent, SHEDEUR. I don't think the IRS will have an issue with it. Hey, everybody relax. I'm just talking. I'm just grooving over this beat. But I definitely want to dig more into this Cleveland curse, because I like to think outside the box, and I like to dig for information that is not on top. Oh, and regarding this Cleveland curse, shedeursanders. Once he started this game officially on Sunday, he would be the 42nd starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. 42nd. So if you know a little cardiology and numerology, you know that 42 also stands for Negro. Hey, I didn't say it. It's a science. It stands for Negro. Let me give you a list of some of the most powerful Negroes where 42 has been associated with them in greatness. All right, some of the greats that have wore the number 42, of course, we know Jackie Robinson. He was a famous baseball player. We also got Jerry Stackhouse. He was a famous basketball player that wore the number 42. We also got Mariano Rivera. He also wore 42 as a baseball player. We also got another athlete that made the number 42 famous at UCLA Bruins. He lettered in baseball, basketball, football, and track. And his name was Jack Roosevelt Robinson. Come on with it. Come on with it. All right, then we got Ronnie Lott. We got James Worthy. He played NBA. Then we got Nate Thurman. He played basketball. He wore 4. Then we got Paul Warfield, won 2 Super Bowl championships, 1 NFL championship. He was an 8-time Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro, second team All-Pro. And why am I highlighting his accolades? Because he was a Cleveland Brown. Yes. We also got Charlie Taylors. Charlie Taylors was a superstar athlete in the NFL. We got Connie Hawkins, the NBA. We got Mo Vaughn. He also was a famous baseball player, wore number 42. We got Johnny Robinson. Johnny Robinson also wore 42. He played for the NFL. We got Dale Sharper. He is another football player that wore 42. And the list keeps going and going and going. And I'm also going to highlight John Gillum. And he was a superstar in the National Football League. He had for over 7,000 receiving yards, 293 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. Go ahead, young man. He looks like somebody in all of our families. Nice, strong features. Oh, I'll go ahead and highlight this young man too. His name was Butch Bird. He played for the Buffalo Bills. And that was also for the American Football League. So let me give you one more. His name is Gerald Riggs. He played for the National Football League from 1982 to 1999 with rushing over 8,000 yards, 69 rushing touchdowns, over 1,500 receiving yards. All right, go ahead, young man. Tony Talks Vested Insight tonight at 9. You may catch this at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. But make sure you enjoy. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Leave a comment. And once again, shout out to No Room Productions out of Augusta, Georgia. They invited me to come into the studio and do a little something. Oh, this little channel over here getting recognized and recognition already. So thank you to all of my investors. Thank you for all of your support. I'm only 32 days old, but I'm moving mountains. We vested up today. And shout out to my cousin, Miss Chanella, for throwing one of the best surprise birthdays that I had 2 weeks ago. So thank you so much, lady, for all of your constant love, unconditional love, love and affection, and sometimes aggravation when I'm traveling. But at least she loves me enough to check up on me. Even if I'm in the United States, even I'm in Asia or Germany, Europe, Canada, or anywhere in the world, she calls to check up on me. So I love you, Chanella. And to my Vesters, I'll see you later. Good night. And hold tight. Oh, y'all go out and catch that video about Tom Brady's connection to shedeursanders. If you don't know, you definitely need to watch that video. Because I don't know, Tom may throw the game. Tom may throw the game in favor of the Raiders. But we shall see. Until next time, Vesters. Until next time. Now I can go to sleep. Amen. Amen.